In this video, we're going to have a quick look at some of the visibility the Edge Intelligence platform can provide in an IoT environment. Edge Intelligence observes IoT devices in an enterprise using our analytics engine, but from a slightly different perspective from the traditional performance methods you see elsewhere within Edge Intelligence. Instead, it monitors these IoT devices from a security perspective. It can identify devices that are potentially misbehaving, exhibiting aberrant behavior compared to how they've behaved in the past, or maybe doing something that's inconsistent with other devices of the same type. We call these devices outliers. This is the summary dashboard, which provides a quick view of the enterprise network as a whole. From here, let's look at the IoT devices in this organization by selecting the Inventory tab and going to IoT Groups. Edge Intelligence performs auto-device classification. It dynamically identifies the device type and assigns it to its respective device category. You can see we've got several different IoT devices that have been identified within the enterprise network, and they've been categorized by type. You can quickly see how many devices of each type, the number of outliers, the volume of traffic each category is generating, and which SSIDs and VLANs the devices are using to access the network. From here, let's take a look at the IoT dashboard. The IoT dashboard provides a quick graphical view of the outlier IoT devices in the network that have been flagged as behaving abnormally in some way. The dashboard shows the overall network, but the IoT device behavior at individual sites may be focused on as well. The top of the dashboard shows the total of IoT devices, the number of outliers, and what method that they are using to access the network. The outlier group's pie chart tracks things like devices talking to a new external destination host that they haven't talked to in the past, or devices talking to external destination hosts that other devices of the same type are not talking to. Similar analytics are performed for VLANs, internal destinations, hosts, and SSIDs. Edge Intelligence tracks all these different factors and quickly identifies outlier IoT devices that are acting abnormally. Moving down, the bar graph shows the number of devices by group, and it can also show the protocols that the devices are using. This provides a quick way to see if devices are accessing destinations or using protocols that they shouldn't be, like an internal device using peer-to-peer file sharing, for example. Scrolling down some more, let's briefly touch on some of the dashboard graphics. This is a great way to see if you have device categories that should or should not be connected to specific wireless networks or SSIDs. You can see a snapshot of traffic and unique destinations by groups and devices talking to external destinations. Now that we've had a look at the enterprise-wide IoT device view, let's drill down and look at the details of an individual device. Scrolling back up, I want to select this outdoor smart plug right here. This slide-out window provides some additional information. Clicking here, you can see that this has been flagged because it has talked to at least one external destination host that it has not talked to before. I can click Outlier Details or click this icon right here, and then that takes me to the device page for these particular devices. This page shows an aggregate view of all the smart plugs in the network. I can see a quick breakdown of SSIDs and VLANs they're attached to, and a graphical view of what protocols and destinations they're talking to. And then the width of these lines are weighted by traffic volume. Below this is a graph showing how much network bandwidth they're currently consuming. Scrolling down a bit more, we can see our four outliers. These have been flagged for talking to external destination hosts not previously communicated with in the past. Looking at the results, we may want to do some additional investigation to determine what these destinations are and why our devices are talking to them. Next, let's look at our outlier devices. We can see which IoT devices have been flagged, and by adding a filter, if necessary, we can further refine what devices we want to focus on in terms of incident type or security type, such as internal, external destination host, SSID, VLAN, etc. By clicking on one of the line items in the outlier device tat list here, we can go to its client page to give you more details about that specific device and its behavior. Scrolling down, we can see why this device was flagged as an outlier, and if necessary, directly open a support case from the Edge Intelligence portal if further actions are needed. Now let's go look at a different device type to highlight another valuable feature that Edge Intelligence brings to IoT. So from the Home tab here, I'm going to go to my IoT dashboard and select a different device. Here I'm going to select the Ring device. There's many ways to get to the individual device page. This is just one click path that I've shown in the demo. So I'm going to select this to go to the Ring device page. On this page, clicking on benchmarks compares the behavior of this device in your environment to other Edge Intelligence customers and the behavior of their same devices in their environments. For example, if your devices are talking to external hosts in other countries, it's helpful to know if similar devices in other networks are doing the same thing, or if that's a behavior that's unique to your environment and therefore may be something that needs to be investigated further. You can also see if devices are talking to destinations that have been deemed suspicious or high risk. Scrolling down, I also get to see things like how many destination hosts, internal and external, my devices are talking to, compared to, again, other Edge Intelligence customers using those same types of devices, and how much traffic on average those devices are consuming. We can also see the type of activity, so how much the percentage of time the device is talking on the network and what protocols the device is using compared to those same devices in other networks. That brings us to the end of this demo. To summarize, Edge Intelligence provides a lot of really good insights for network environments hosting IoT devices. It collects and displays a lot of granular details on IoT devices, their behavior in your network in a very easy to access way.